Alright, clear the last tomb, and then I'll just disenchant everything I've got here. And then we'll move on. See if we can't get me up to level 10 here relatively soon. Get some passives. Level 10, of course, unfortunate that it is kind of the boring level, at least as far as something like this, where I'm doing a playthrough and recording footage for you. For a player, obviously, something like a passive can be quite nice because they can really affect how you play. Alright, boys. Adventuring Buckler, I will probably give that to my Barbarian when I start that playthrough, just to be able to have a one-hand shield combination and get more experience. Let's see how much it is. +2. It's quite nice. He will probably gain experience just as quickly as the wizard is then. I've got to work on my aim. Teleporters. There we go. Finding a lot of teleporters. What I've noticed in my playthroughs, I haven't really run into a wide variety of enemies. I think I've run into poison ones once or twice. Those have been kind of rare. I saw Molten, I believe, in which, honestly, the description just said burned to a crisp. I think I saw that all of once during my stay in the beta here. It's mostly been teleport, frozen, knockback. I can't really say I've seen any others. Of course, some of the new ones that they introduced, there are some monster affixes that got added during the beta that they didn't have when they originally created the game, and things like Mortar. Mortar is an enchanted mob that when you are a certain distance away, they start lobbing things at you. So they're meant to... and part of the reason behind that was melee characters tend to get what you might consider the shaft as far as enchanted mobs are. Melee characters have to get in close, so every type of enchantment is a little more dangerous to them. Well, Mortar was the answer to that. Mortar is the one where if you stay away, they're going to start lobbing a whole bunch of high-powered, abilities at you, and unless you keep moving or moving quick to get rid of the guy that's Mortar enchanted, you might find yourself kind of quickly dying there, or taking a lot of damage at least. They've got Arcane enchanted out there.
You found it.
Quite a bit, really. Haven't looked at the full list of enchants that they've put out there.
I need something more than making spades to occupy.
Oh, I just disenchanted the club with experience on it, didn't I? Oh well.
Then help me. I will use your handiwork for great things. I'm afraid I have bad news. Your apprentice has died.
Hope for the worst and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for the news.
Alright, not bad. I got a few teeth, some essences. As you can see, those stack at about 100. That's 63. So I did accidentally disenchant the item I didn't want to. That's okay. I suppose I can start with a 7.5 on my Barbarian. I'll live with it.
I have the crown. How do I reach the Skeleton King?
At last.
The Skeleton King dies today. I must find the fallen star.
Found some interesting
Why would I
things
do
on
that?
my latest dig. You should take a look. I've got some brand new goods you might
Of course, we talked about this in the last patch, since it's really kind of old news at this point, but have to admit, it's kind of interesting to run around as a wizard with a dagger in hand, casting spells with said dagger. My spells being enhanced by the shiny blade rather than a wand. Aesthetically, I would really prefer to have, you know, a wand. And I will have to craft one at some point. Oh, a couple crits there. Oh. Kind of surprising because, you know, honestly, well, I haven't really seen any crit gear yet. There should be some later. Gear that not only increases your chance to crit, but increases how much damage you do when you crit. As of right now, if you look at your combat tab, when you crit, you do 50% more damage. So you do, you know, 150%. And then you can increase that damage through gear. So you can bring this up to maybe start doing double damage. But right now, your innate crit percent chance is just 5%, so I'm really not. That's why you won't see a lot of crits. Why won't probably be picking the passive that's related to crits. 5% is not a very big chance. Although right there I did get like 3 in a row, which was nice.
Dare attack me?
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magic, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Lazarus. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement, and sent us off to die. When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. Great sorrow that ran him through.
So you can see wizards have some nice stats for crits as well. Critical hits on orbs and things like that have a chance to give you back arcane power. So you can make a build that if you increase your crit chance, you get a whole bunch of arcane power back.
Need more arcane power.
And you can just go ahead and just make something build something based solely around that if you want to. Maybe not use any signatures, you know, if you can get your crit chance high enough. Maybe you prefer a mix and want to get your critical percentage up so you do more damage when you crit, you know, and have a really high damaging ability that you use the most. You know, builds in this are unique in that it's not just about your skills. You know, you have 6 skills to slot of 20. You have like 20 skills you have available to you, and then you can put on 6. And each of those, of course, has 5 different combinations. You know, that's a lot of builds right there, but it's not just that. You, of course, have the passives.
See me now.
Oh, almost got it. You know, so it's not just the passives, not just the active skills, of course. There's also the gear. There's going to be a lot of affixes, randomization there. Of course, it's harder to plan out a build based on gear unless you get really lucky with your random drops, but it can be done, especially with the auction house out there. You can go out and look for the kind of gear that you want for your build and spend either real money or gold if you want to on those items. So there are options for that. I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll find a certain amount of gear that's a certain way that will make you completely rethink how you want to do a build. You might find gear that makes you think, oh, well, I don't have the gear for what I want to do. Maybe I can do something else with it. So there's a lot to consider there when it comes to builds.
I don't have enough arcane power. I am stronger still.
And there's my passives.
Need more arcane power. I need arcane power.
Okay, passes at this level haven't really changed, so let's just look at them real quick. Power Hungry gains 30 arcane power whenever you're healed by a health globe. And then Temporal Flux, whenever you deal arcane damage, enemies are slowed by 30% for 2 seconds. Both are honestly really nice at this point, as Temporal Flux would slow anything hit by my arcane orb or my magic missiles. So that would be useful, although right now I think what I want to do is do Power Hungry. Don't really use health globes a lot, but when I do, I tend to be low on arcane power. So it would be nice to actually get more arcane power for picking them up. Give me more incentive to actually use the health globes. So I'll go ahead and use that. So that way, hopefully, I can spam a little bit more. It's time to go down to level 3.
Maintain your incantations. You will.
So there's definitely a speed here to the level, because getting level 10 before even getting Cormac is rather impressive, honestly.
Now, back to my mission.
Who are you?
You will know. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I have unfinished business with the Skeleton King.
As do I.
I was hoping to try and send that projectile back, but it
cultists
looks like it
dragged me past
hit the
this
Templar
glowing
instead.
pit. What made it?
That's what I'm here to find out.
Down this way. There are my weapons. He's free! Do not let him re-off! I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
I suppose not. A strong spear at my side could prove helpful.
Now here's something I want to take a look at, because this was something else I can't do it yet. I'll discuss it when I get the Templar's abilities up. As there have been slight changes to the way co-op works and the way the followers work that kind of snuck in and no one really knew about until someone, you know, started looking at stats and asked on the forums exactly what was going on. So they've kind of changed their stance on things, and I'll go over that here once I've gotten past John Dar. I'll look for any quick experience. John Dar's really just up ahead, so this shouldn't be long. And I really want it because I want to bring up the Templar's inventory before I talk about it.
Black magic bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger. You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this coven?
The Coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this world!
Need more arcane power.
Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Wow, health glow gives you about half of your arcane power back practically. When you consider regen into it.
Thank you for your aid.
Truth of the matter is,
I will go with
you know,
you
it's
on
only
your
really 20%,
That is
but
agreeable, though I wouldn't mind taking a look at them.
Then onwards we. It is good to fight with you again.
alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of go to his detail and my detail screen here. As you can see here, they've expanded on this a little bit, and you can see he has his own gold find, his own magic find. You notice he doesn't have plus experience or anything like that. So when I go down here, you'll notice I have experience per kill. I have 39. If I were to equip, let's bring that out here, this, you know, my 4, I would end up with 43. I'm going to put this on on Cormac,
This will aid me.
and you'll notice that it went up by 0.8.
Good thought.
Alright, so the reason for this, and this is kind of new, is that you're actually getting 20% of the plus experience that the Templar gets. So you can look over here, it doesn't show, I don't see it in here, offense, no, it doesn't show it at all. So what happens is, what they've decided to do is they give you a 20% bonus of anything you put on your followers now. So magic find here, what I'm going to do here is I have only plus 16% magic find. I'm going to put this on here. Notice, boom, 17%. So I gain additional magic find from the Templar, plus he gets his own. He gets plus 1%. So I'm not sure if they've decided to change that at all, but now you can know that you can give your follower gold find and magic find and experience gear, whatever you want to give him, really. Maybe not primary damage stats, but you will get 20% of the gold, magic, and experience gear on your character. So if you want to level faster and you've got experience gear, or maybe experience rings, you don't want to put them on yourself, you can always put it on him, or if you want to enhance yours, put it on your follower. This is something that really wasn't documented before, so we didn't really know about it. So really fresh news on that one is. And the reason why this is kind of important is because they've also changed the way that experience and plus experience and magic find work on groups in cooperative play. Alright, this one is definitely new and is a big change from what we were told before. Before we were told that everybody's individual loot, magic find, gold find, all of that was unique to you. So if I went into a co-op game with 100% magic find, that should increase my ability to find rare items by that 100%. And no one else, it wouldn't affect anyone else. So if I had other party members and they had 50% magic find, then they would only get 50%. You know, if they had, you know, another 100%, they would get their own 100%. And the reason for that was everybody's loot drops for only that person. What is on the ground is yours. No one else can pick that up or see it unless you pick it up and then drop it for somebody else. Well, they've changed that now. Now, your gold find, your magic find, and your +2 experience, much like how Cormac here shares 20%, all of that is now averaged. The loot is still yours. No one else can see your loot, no one else can pick it up. But now, if you've got someone in your group, let's say you're doing a 2-man group, and one of us has 100% magic find, the other has 0. It'll take the magic find that you've got, so 100 plus 0 obviously is still 100, and then it will divide it amongst the members of your group. So with 2 people, you basically get a 50% magic find. 4 people, you basically get 25. And then everybody benefits from the magic find. So this means that one person can't sit there and leech off of a group, because there was some concern there that you know, someone might come in, they might be less effective in combat because they're sitting there stacking their magic find gear just so that they could get the best gear. Of course, maybe you decided to plan something like that out with friends. Maybe you would have one friend that did that so that they could pass the loot out. Well, now you don't have to worry about it. It gets averaged. So if someone comes in with a high magic find, they may not be as effective, but you will benefit from their magic find now. And so what this does is this means that you don't have to make sure every person in your party is equipped with high amounts of magic find to be effective in farming. Since it's averaged out, you can just kind of have everybody, you know, why have one person with the 100% magic find and another person with none and make that person pretty much gimped in combat when you can both basically have a little bit of magic find here and there, both be about equally effective, and share the magic find where it's the exact same value as if the other person had maxed out on it. You can do that now. You can make your groups a little more diverse because of that change. So I wanted to kind of get that out there, just so you know, because I know I had talked with my friend Thinkflight when we were doing our co-op, that, you know, each individual person's magic find would be only affecting their own loot. Apparently we've been wrong. When that changed, I don't know. There was no mention of that. It was just mentioned on the official forums via Blizzard employee that yes, it's averaged now. Fairly certain it's in effect, because they didn't say it will be in a future patch. They didn't specifically say it was only for patch 13 though. So it could have gone into effect before, we just didn't know it. That's hard to say. But at least we now know what it is intended to be for the final release. Alright, I am basically at the point now where my levels are going to come much more slowly. Having hit level 10, we will have to see what final level I get. I might just get to 11 again.
I could do that again.
Because since we are at 4, we will be hitting the crypts soon, the royal crypts.